Ladies and gentlemen, welcome here tonight to another edition of the NASCAR Heat 5 Career Mode. And boy, I didn't think we were going to be able to get a race in for the Cup Series, let alone on NASCAR Heat 5 here tonight, but it looks like we are. I got home from work a lot earlier than what I thought I was going to for the weekend, so now we are set. We are ready to go racing at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway for the Brickyard 400. It is race number 20 of 36. Only 7 races to go in the playoffs, 6 after the checkered flag flies later on tonight. And for Keegan Schneider, maybe another one of the races he has circled, as well as many other drivers in the field here today. Schneider's already won each of the first 2 Crown Jewel events, winning the Daytona 500 in his career debut, and then also winning the Coke 600 about a little over half a dozen races ago. Sitting on 2 wins on the season right now, we'll take a look at the playoff standings so far. The drivers who are in with wins, drivers who are on the outside looking in right now, or at least right around the bubble. Again, we have 12 different winners so far this season. Currently leading the way with 3 wins on the year is Joey Logano. We have a plethora of drivers now up to 2 wins on the season, Keegan Schneider being one of those. Denny Hamlin's the regular season points leader. He also has 2 wins on the season. Another driver with 2 wins would be Brad Keselowski. Kevin Harvick and Eric Almirola all have 2 wins this season. Drivers with 1 win this year include Jimmy Johnson, Kyle Busch, Martin Truex Jr., who is runner-up currently in the regular season standings, Kurt Busch, Eric Jones, and Chad Fincham. Fincham is outside the top 30 in points right now. If he can get into the top 30, that win will qualify him for the playoffs. Drivers who are looking good on points right now, or at least are above the cutoff line currently, would include Ryan Newman in the 6, Ryan Blaney in the 12, the 24 of William Byron, the 88 of Alex Bowman, and then the 9 of Chase Elliott would have the last spot on points if Fincham cannot get into the top 30 in points. If he does, that would knock him below, and Matt Kenseth is on the outside looking in for right now. Carson Boy, R6, Ice, welcome to the stream, everybody, and here we go. We will be racing with Kevin Harvick on the front row alongside Kurt Busch. Corey LaJoie, Ross Chastain had to go to the rear for the start of the race. Harvick looking like he's got a stellar race car. What are we doing for 1,000 subscribers? Same old, I guess. We'll have mods. I plan on getting some moderators in here. Don't ask to be moderators. If you are one, you are one. And if you're not, you probably will be soon. So, I'm not going to pick people that are going to be beggars. So, just putting that out there. But anyway, thanks for everybody tuning in here tonight. Kevin Harvick will lead the field of the green. Brickyard 400 underway at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. 50 laps in stage 1, 50 laps in stage 2, 60 in the final stage for this 160-lap, 400-mile event. As far as mileage goes, it's the shortest mileage race of all the Crown Jewel races. Schneider tightened this race car up a little bit to maybe help with a longer run from where he was in qualifying. Trying to block Joey Gase down the back straightaway right now on the inside into turn 3. Likely going to be a strategy race like we saw in the Pocono doubleheaders a couple of days ago. 3 wide in the short shoot of 3 and 4. Bubba Wallace on the outside. Now it's Timmy Hill up there. David Reagan with a push down the main straightaway. Dark Crypto, welcome to the stream.
Got a car high now.
The mods for this game, by the way, are for PC. I can't get the mods to get the 2021 drivers for PS4. 900 laps and 700. No, I don't plan on doing like a special video for 1,000 subscribers. already dropped to the back. Qualified 30th, started 28th with a couple drivers dropping to the rear of Boyle Joy and Ross Chastain. Similar to the short run speed we just saw at Pocono in the last race, same race car as well that he had for each of the 2 races in the Pocono doubleheader. So going to be slow on the short runs, going to be a little bit faster on the longer runs. Didn't have the greatest run at Pocono like he had thought he could have had with the strategy. Pit road glitch obviously cost us in race 1, which we could have had a chance to win that race. Finished 27th a lap down though because of the pit road glitch, and we finished in the 22nd position in race 2. So not ideal by any means in those last 2 races. This is another 2.5 mile racetrack, much different in shape. Obviously, it's more of a rectangle versus Pocono being a triangular racetrack. Looking to set the tone early here. Everybody will have to pit once in each stage today, but that'll be it, only once. We'll have to see what the tire wear is going to look like as well. Indy is a flat racetrack pretty much all the way around. The degrees of banking you saw in turn 3 at Pocono replicate all 4 of these corners at Indy. Bristol's, I do full Bristol at Bristol. Well, we already do that though in the season. Not gonna do any extra full races. But I like the fact that you guys are bringing up suggestions. But I mean, trust me, 1,000 subscribers is huge. You know, and by all means, I greatly appreciate it. And if I do something for 1,000 subscribers, it might not be video game related. If I do something. Back to back to back. Maybe I do a double header. Maybe I do a double header for the Cup Series. The only time I did with full races is that Pocono double header we did a couple days ago, but that's because both Pocono races were short, and I knew I wasn't going to be able to stream for NASCAR video game yesterday because of the truck race at Knoxville we were covering the live broadcast. Kevin Harvick's led every lap so far. We saw a dominating performance in the second Pocono race a couple days ago, and Brad Keselowski led all but 12 laps and won both stages along the way. Does Kevin Harvick have that kind of a car here in this one? Not only that, but on both Pocono races, we saw the pole sitter win both races. We know Pocono's a very much track position kind of a racetrack, especially with this package, and the 2.5 mile Indianapolis Motor Speedway circuit is just like that as far as track position goes. So this is going to be big here for Harvick. Schneider maybe not running as quick of lap times as he would have hoped for coming into this one. He's already quite a ways off the race lead, but with that being said, again, he did tighten the car up a little bit. He's probably had a little bit faster of a car in qualifying than lap times he's running right now because of it, but he's trying to pace the car for the longer run. So we'll see how this is going to go. I don't plan on ruining my race. We'll see. Patrick Chatterley, welcome on into the stream. Team had a triple header, won all 3 games. Congratulations on that one. and therefore Keegan will win the Brickyard 400. If we win this race, I can't even fathom that we won the first 2 crown jewels. If we win our only 3 career wins in our rookie season in the first 3 crown jewels, we're winning Darlington. I guarantee if we win this race, we have to win Darlington now. We go 4 for 4 and get the clean sweep. Where's the Winston Million when you need it? Oh, that would help the race team so much if we had that. I think NASCAR needs to bring that back. Obviously, it wouldn't be named the Winston Million, but they can name it something else. You win 3 of the 4 crown jewel events during the year, you get a $1 million bonus. Why did they take that away? Like, I get Winston probably heavily sponsored it, and it was during the Winston Cup era. So starting in 2004, Winston wasn't covering it. You know, they kind of got rid of it. But we see these challenges in the lower series, like the truck series has the triple truck challenge, which is obviously it's a little bit different. Same thing with the Xfinity series when they do the Dash for Cash every year. They've been doing that for over a decade now. You know, they could bring the $1 million challenge, I guess you could say, back for the Cup Series. That'd be pretty cool. Honestly, you can't say that would hurt the TV ratings. If Chase Elliott wins the Daytona 500, wins the Coke 600. Now it was Daytona. The Winston Million was the Daytona 500, the Coke 600, Talladega, which I believe it was the fall Talladega race, so they might have to make it the spring, just so it doesn't interfere with the playoffs. And then they also had the Southern 500. But the TV ratings, I guarantee you, would go up for Darlington if Chase Elliott had a chance to win $1 million, or Kyle Busch has a chance to win $1 million if he can win the race. Earl Arnold, I keep messing your name up. I don't know if it's like just the way like there's all those vowels. Earl Arnold Jr., welcome to the stream though. I'll get better at it. Currently lap 11 for race leader Kevin Harvick. He's led them all so far from the pole here at Indy. He is the defending Brickyard 400 winner. In fact, has won the last 2 Brickyard 400s. And he's a 3-time winner of this race total. Trying to make it 3 in a row here tonight. MONRT25 Gamer, welcome to the stream as well. Shredder's still in last. It almost looks like his pace is a lot slower here at Indy versus what it was at Pocono. But again, he just has to finish on the lead lap to the end of stage 1. We know this team isn't that great on speed overall. And we'll just have to wait and see how this team can progress as we get closer to the playoffs. A good finish will go a long way today with it being a Crown Jewel event. Another big payday could be on the horizon. That was the big thing with winning those 2 races he's won this year. Both being Crown Jewel events already in the Daytona 500 and Coke 600s. You got massive paydays for it. Could easily boost us up to a 90 on the engine power. But still, again, 6 races to go until the playoffs after this one concludes today. I figured with you being a junior that you were, I guess it didn't have to be your dad, but it's still pretty cool. Personally, I don't think I know anybody that's a junior. My dad's not a junior because he's got a different middle name as my grandpa. He's not a junior, but that's like the closest I know. Because, I don't even know anybody that, like, has the same name as, whether it's family or friends. Gas, yes, indeed. Car's starting to loosen up a little bit. You can tell the lap times are starting to get a little bit better as well here for Schneider. He's slowly catching the back of the pack. And very early in this race, long way to go. Strategy will be a big factor in this one. Both the Pocono races were very different from one another as well. We had 5 cautions per incident in the first race and only 2 in race 2. 325 miles and 350 miles were in those 2 races. It's weird that the shorter race was the one with the 3 extra cautions. car number. Thanks. Yeah, so the reason why I have the number 99 is because that's the number I raced when I grew up racing quarter midgets and go-karts. So any chance I get with the custom cars, I have to make it number 99. Now, starting in the next NASCAR game, because Trackhouse Racing has the number 99, I will pick a different number, unfortunately, for the Cup Series at least. It's going to kind of stink. First, middle, and last year. That will make you junior. It took me the longest time to realize that too. I never wondered why my dad didn't go by junior or didn't have a junior in his name until probably 5 or 6 years ago. It was I think I randomly asked him, I was in his truck, we were going somewhere someday, probably uptown or something. I just it's something I thought about for a long time. He was like, oh yeah, it's because we don't have the same middle name. I was like, I didn't even think about that. It didn't even cross my mind that your middle name had to be the same too. I don't know why, but with a little side draft on Joey Gase, clears him before getting into turn 1. Best area to pass is before getting into 1 and before getting into turn 3. Especially if you can make sure you can clear them, people from side drafting you, staying alongside. Yeah, Keegan Bradley. I don't watch too much golf. I try to watch the majors at least, some of the bigger tournaments like the Players. Love to watch them play at TPC Scottsdale. It's a really nice course. Some of the nicer courses. They play at Tour Championship. I'll watch some of the bigger tournaments outside of the 4 majors.
Careful, still there. That was a better lap. All right, clear outside.
That was Schneider's fastest lap of the race that last time. 3 out before getting into turn 1 as well. Massive run to the outside of Brendan Gaughan. And he's going to force it up the middle. 3 wide up the middle at Indy. In turn 2 to get around Chastain. Gaughan might stay to the inside. Chastain almost ended up in the wall. Schneider with a block now on Brendan Gaughan down the back straightaway. And Gaughan's tried to draft him. Schneider tried to break the draft by staying down low, moves up high. Gaughan also clears the 77 of Chastain, who had to lift quite heavily off the exit of 2. He got really tight once Schneider slid up in front of him. Really took the air off the front of the race car. Harvick is definitely within the lap traffic, and he is closing quickly on Schneider as well, who kind of overdrove turn 2 there, broke the gas a little bit. Harvick's not close enough to draft off the 99, but he is obviously quicker than him right now. 3 wide into turn 3, further up ahead. Bubba Wallace, David Reagan, Corey LaJoie, it looks like. There's a car right in front of him as well, as they're all jockeying for position. Schneider's closing in quick. He kind of missed his line in turn 4 a little bit, way off the bottom. And Kevin Harvick continues to close. Looked like he was going to chase Schneider down the track at first and try to draft him. Schneider trying to break the draft whatever he can, and Harvick just has a bad, fast race car right now, much like Keselowski in the second Pocono race. Already has a big lead, and they're still 3 wide into turn 1 behind. Harvick almost in the wall in the short shoot of 1 and 2. Taking a peek to the outside. Now he's got a big run in the draft. Schneider trying to block the 4 of Harvick down the back straightaway. He's got a massive run into 3, but so does Harvick. 2x2 traffic in front. Harvick to the outside of Schneider now, but he's going to have nowhere to go. Really, neither one of these 2 drivers have anywhere to go. Harvick still looking to try to get to the outside of the 32 of LaJoie. Schneider tucked underneath Reagan. 3 wide. Side drafts and now gets away from him.
You're all clear up top there.
All the way near the inside wall down the main straightaway. Back up high to side draft Bubba Wallace into turn 1. Sends it off. He'll clear him off the exit of turn 1 as well. So Harvick's got very heavy lap traffic. Schneider took a little bit to get around him, but he did. And that's going to create a little bit of separation between him and race leader Kevin Harvick to hopefully stay on the lead lap here in stage 1. Michael Turner welcome to the stage. Both stages in the race at Las Vegas. Heat 5 truck. Ooh, 43rd at Rocky Mountain View now. Then there. Ooh, 16 laps in. Hate to see a race end that early.
That was a better lap.
Schneider's fastest lap of the race that last time. Oh, finally got through that lap traffic. He's trying to slowly close on Schneider once again. Again, that's the lack of speed Schneider's got down these long straightaways at Indy, much like Pocono. His pace does seem to be a little bit off compared to where it was at Pocono. A lot of it is probably just using the same chassis so many races in a row. Closing in on Timmy Hill for 31st, but Harvick is also continuing to close in on Schneider right now. So there's a pretty big run. He looks to the outside and turn 4 to try and get around Timmy Hill. And it's going to be 3 wide down the main straightaway now. Off the exit of turn number 4, Harvick is going to put Schneider a lap down. Schneider passes Timmy Hill, though, to get the free pass position. Still 30 laps to go, stage 1. Everybody, again, will have to pit at some point in this stage. Already about halfway through a fuel tank. And just like Pocono as well, pit window is going to be about 36 to 42 laps. And he's trying to draft off Kevin Harvick, but it's really not working out because Harvick's just got so much more speed than him. He's going to have to hustle to try and stay in this free pass position as much as he possibly can. In case we get a caution. The lap car right in front of Harvick off the exit of turn 4. Harvick makes a quick dive to the bottom. That would be Chad Fincham in 30th. Geico 500 winner at Talladega 10 races ago. Settled a nice draft off Fincham, dives into 1, quickly gets around him, back into the free pass position again. He had to make that quick because, again, you never know. The caution can strike at any moment. He's going to try to keep up with Kevin Harvick, but it's likely not going to be possible. And again, Harvick's just got a massive lead right now over second place. Trying to do what Keselowski did in the last race, win both stages and the race in dominating fashion. Stay out in front as long as he can, no matter what the pit strategy ends up playing out to be. And especially at these track position like racetracks like Pocono and Indy, it's going to pay off wonders for Harvick. Going for a 4th career Brickyard 400 victory, and again, 3 consecutive, trying to make history here today.
That was a better lap.
His lap times keep getting a little bit quicker. 54.398. That was his fastest lap of the race that last time by. At least allowing him to keep a little bit of pace with Harvick. 3 more lap cars coming up pretty soon in front of the 4. They're side by side. If Harvick catches him side by side, that could be a shot for Schneider to close in on Kevin Harvick. He's not close enough to draft off him anymore. We got to focus on hitting his marks. Not bad in turn 3. Could have been a little bit better. It's not loose enough to go full throttle in turns 2 or turns 4 yet, so he's still kind of burping at that end of the racetrack.
Excellent lap there. Good job.
There it is, side-by-side lap traffic in front of Harvick in the short chute of 1 and 2. Right, the short chute is probably the worst spot he could have caught those guys. Michael McDowell on the outside of Harvick. Harvick might have to take it 3 wide into 3, or he's just going to be patient behind Reddick and Preece. Probably just follow Preece on by. McDowell gave Reddick a big push on the outside, though. And here comes Schneider to the back bumper of the 4 of Harvick. Schneider's going to send it into turn 4. Underneath Harvick. 3 wide on entrance into turn 4. Schneider back on the lead lap to get around the 4 of Harvick. Now he's going to try to block him, as he's getting a massive push down the main straightaway from Kevin Harvick now. He'll launch Schneider into turn 1 with quite a bit of speed.
Got one peeking inside.
Ooh, barely holds on in front of Kevin Harvick. Now into turn 2. He is back on the lead lap as he hugs the white line in the middle of turn 2.
Outside. You got room. You're clear there.
Schneider trying to block. Once again. Got to make sure he doesn't overdrive the corner too much. He's definitely pushing this race car to its max. Tony, welcome to the stream. Already 20 races in. Yeah, I know. Time flies, man. Time flies. It's only been over 3 weeks. We haven't even done this every day either. With the Heat 5 Turbo, at least. Johnson side by side with John Hunter Nemechek for position. Look at the run Schneider got through turn 2. Drafted off Jimmy down the back straightaway now. Pulls out a line to make the pass. 3 wide down the back straightaway now in front of Harvick. Schneider inside the top 25. Makes a couple of clean passes. And let me tell you, it's a good thing Jimmy Johnson got that win at Bristol earlier this season. Or sorry, at Texas earlier this season. Because he has been absolutely struggling the last handful or so of races. Even more so than this 99 of Schneider. Again, trying to break whatever sort of a draft Harvick might have got on there. Schneider just ran his fastest lap of the race, too. 54.223. Harvick again, trying to close. Schneider with a run. Dives deep into turn number 2. Underneath Stenhouse and pulled Custer. And Stenhouse in the back bumper of Schneider, going to give him a push. They're going to work together to both get by the 41 of Custer down the back straightaway. And here comes Harvick up the middle. Harvick through the middle to get around Stenhouse and Custer. Now he's all over the back of the 99 into 3. Tries to back the corner up a little bit more. Schneider full throttle through turn 4 this time. First time he's been able to do that all race. And he'll go back down to break in the draft again as he continues to try and stay on the lead lap. Now up to 23rd. Draft off Suarez and try to pull himself away from the 4 of Harvick. Sends it into turn 3, trying to make quick work of the 96 and does. Down to 22nd. Well, a lot of pressure on the rookie right now with the former champion behind him. Doing about as good as he can. Harvick around the outside in turn 4 to get around Daniel Suarez. And again, Schneider down the main straightaway, breaking the draft. Just over 10 laps left, these guys can go on fuel for this run. I don't know what that interval is for Kevin Harvick right now, but it's got to be massive. Full throttle there for turn 4 that time. Harvick going to gain a little bit again. There again, trying to break the draft though too. A lot of pressure on this pit crew coming up as well if we do go green all the way through stage 1, or at least long enough to get to the green flag pit stops. And they're going to have as fast of a pit stop as possible to get back out in front of the Ford of Harvick. Problem turn 4. The drivers per position coming up a little bit further up ahead. On the back straightaway currently. Harvick closing in on Schneider. Definitely got a lot of drafting help that time now into turn 1. Schneider might have pushed it a little too hard. Almost in the wall. That was a close call, and now here comes the Ford of Harvick. He is right there after that slight mistake, and now Schneider's trying to block down the back straightaway.
Got one up top.
Harvick up high, another block. Harvick didn't have any higher to go, or he would have ended up in the wall. So hard to pass though here in Indy, especially with these color spoilers. 550 package. Somebody's up in smoke, but has made it to pit road. Another position for Schneider. Not sure who that driver is. Will you stay green? They're trying to go full throttle through turn 2 for the first time today as well, and does. Trying to go break the track, excuse me, but he had to go back high to block Harvick because Harvick had such a big run. He doesn't want Harvick to push him either. Send him off into one of these corners. Especially with this much wear on the tires this far into the run. Austin Dillon, Justin Haley side by side for 19th. He's getting a nice draft off Haley, pulling Harvick a little bit with it. That boy right in front of both of them. Nowhere to go for Schneider. He checked up on the brakes. Allows Harvick to close again. 3 wide now into turn 2. Harvick gonna follow him 3 wide now. And now Harvick's gonna push Schneider down the back straightaway. Only 18 cars on the lead lap. Schneider the last of which he's got another 6 seconds to the next car for position ahead of him, which would be the 17th place car of Matt DiBenedetto. Impressive with this speed if Schneider can hold on to the end of stage 1 with all this pressure Harvick has put on him. Harvick did get around him already, but then in the midst of lap traffic when they were side by side in front of Harvick, in the middle of 1 and 2, Schneider took it 3 wide, cleared him off the exit of turn 2, and got back in the lead lap, and Harvick has not been able to get around him since. Hasn't even been able to get alongside of him since, which is good, because if he does, he might be game over from there. So Harvick really needs just to side draft him enough. Ran the higher line through turn 4. Car on its edge to get around Quinn Howell cleanly, and now Harvick trying to squeeze to the outside. He gets held off by Howell. It's a little extra separation now between the 99 and the 4. Still low, the 62 of Gardner does. Started to back it off a little bit to make that move, and now Harvick's caught behind Brendan Gaughan down the back straightaway.
Careful, still there. You got room, you're clear there.
It's around Chastain. Down the front straightaway. 15 laps to go, 14 laps to go now in stage 1 at the line for Kevin Harvick. Still no caution here tonight at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. This long green flag run to start the race, and all these drivers going a lap down. That's going to help Schneider for a better possible winning chances, or even just best finish he could possibly get along with that as well. You know, Bobby Carter, he's definitely making quick work in the lap cars and lead lap cars he's been able to catch. Big run into turn 1 on Matt DiBenedetto. Actually looks to the outside this time, gets to the right rear of DiBenedetto. Side drafts him out of the short chute, sends it into turn 2, clears him off the exit of turn 2 on the outside. What a pass by the 99. Now he goes down low to block DiBenedetto. DiBenedetto trying to get as much of a draft as he can. Wasn't enough to keep up with the 99. Harvick on the outside of Carter in turn 3.
Stay on the bottom. You're all clear up top.
Schneider has definitely started pulling away from Harvick these last couple laps. Harvick has struggled through the lap traffic for really the first time today. Consecutive laps at least. About 4 to 5 more laps. Schneider can go on fuel now. Go back to last at the beginning of this race, beginning of the run. He's worked himself up to 16th now. Just past Chris Buescher in turn 2. Bell, Chase Elliott, 14th, 15th. Bell's got a couple lap cars. He's trying to pass on the outside in turn 4. That's slowing him up a little bit. Schneider stays out again. I'm sure most of the fields continue to stay out. Schneider's definitely conserved his tires pretty well through this run.
Still there?
And he might think about going fuel only during the pit stop. Fuel only, right sides only. One of those two to try and make sure he can stay on the lead lap to the end of stage 1, especially considering that his pictures only had an 85 overall, so we know it's going to be a roughly 18 to 20 second pit stop automatic.
Got a car high now. You're all clear on top there.
It was in 15th, less than a second behind Chase Elliott for 14th. About 4 seconds behind the 13th place car of Alex Bowman. Definitely committed to staying out as long as he can, though. Drafting cars well down these longer straightaways, also going to help with the fuel economy.
Still there.
Be interesting to see how far he can go this opening run, just so we know for later in the race what the strategy could end up playing out to be. Plans on staying out another lap.
Watch that car in front of you. He's slowing down. He's going to
We have our first takers coming to pit road this time by. Alex Bowman will dive onto pit road.
Bring it in here. You're low on gas.
Again, he is the first driver to make it. 55 miles per hour is the pit road speed limit here at Indianapolis.
There it goes.
Race leader Kevin Harvick in the pits. Schneider's going to have to make sure he doesn't lock the tires up because he won't be changing all four. Such a narrow pit road to get onto. Such a high rated speed as well. Denny Hamlin just led that last lap at the line during the cycling of green flag pit stops due to Harvick's pit box speed before the start finish line.
That car in front of you is coming.
Rolling now out in front. Schneider gonna work the gas here.
Watch your speed, please.
Ooh, locks the tires up quite a bit. Just hit the commitment line in time. That was close. Tried his best not to lock him up too much. It'll be fuel only. And just enough fuel to make it to the end of the stage as well. Trying to make as quick of a pit stop as possible. A wedge adjustment, going to tighten it up a half a round. And add 5% more tape, so there will be adjustments made to the 99 car. Trying to go for a very fast stop. Gas and go. Put some more separation between him and the race leader, who will likely still be Kevin Harvick when everything cycles through.
Okay, get back in there. Let's go.
I don't know, this could be a chance at stage points as well for Schneider. Once everything cycles through. Oh, Kurt Busch! Into his right rear. Schneider needs to get up the racetrack. Schneider had to get up the racetrack there. Now he's got Brad Keselowski pushing. This is going to help him try to get the speed a little bit quicker after Kurt Busch ran right into him. Was giving him no room.
Hold your line. Got one inside. Watch that car in front of you. He's slowing down. He's going to be pitting.
More drivers diving onto the pit lane. 7 laps to go for race leader Kevin Harvick this time by. Schneider's going to cycle 12th place. He was 14th when the pit stop started. He is now in 12th. Still caution free in this one. Full throttle through turn 2. He's pushing. Got the oldest tires in the field. He was likely the only one that went fuel only there. There'll be a lap to 2 laps to the good to make it to the end of the stage as well. They'll take in a quarter of a tank, a half a can of fuel.
Inside now.
Third place car Brian Preece a little bit faster on those fresher tires. Kevin Harvick is closing in pretty quickly though. Schneider's about a little less than 4 seconds behind Keselowski. He's going to have to stay in front of Eric Jones though as well if he's going to want to get the free pass. If Jones goes a lap down to the end of the stage, of course. Harvick just lapped Alex Bowman getting into turn 3, so now there's 13 cars on the lead lap. Caution! Caution is out. Free pass will go to Ryan Newman. Denny Hamlin will pit from 2nd place. This is our first caution of the race at lap 44. Setting ourselves up for a green-white checker, it looks like, to the end of stage number 1. We'll see who's going to get this advantage. Bowman was on the lead lap, my bad. Ryan Newman gets the free pass. Green flag back in the air. Harvick will lead the field to the green. Led all but one lap in this race, and that's because of the cycling and green flag pit stops. 2 laps to go in stage 1. Schneider spins the tires a little bit into 3. Remember, he's got the oldest tires in the field. So maybe with a little bit of luck, he can get some stage points here in stage 2. He's going to get underneath Martin Truex Jr. for that 10th spot. Down the back straightaway, can he clear? Truex staying on that right rear corner panel for now. Schneider's got to run, and he pulls up to block the 19. That really held back Truex, and now Schneider's trying to hang on for 10. Got to be careful. Bowman now with a push. Down the front straightaway. Schneider trying to hold on for 10. Chase Elliott now for position. Bowman is. Now Elliott's going to push Schneider in the short shooter 1 and 2. That's going to launch Schneider into the corner. Up the track he goes. 3 wide. Just keeps it off of Alex Bowman. And now a push coming from Christopher Bell. He's going to have one more shot to get around Bowman with this huge run. Pushers underneath Bowman as well. Schneider takes it 3 wide into the corner. Here comes Denny Hamlin on fresher tires. He'll get around Schneider for position. Barely squeezing by into turn 4. Meanwhile, at the front, Kevin Harvick continues to lead. Back to the start-finish line. Kevin Harvick will win stage 1 in dominating fashion. In the Brickyard 400, Schneider 12th. Not too shabby for stage 1, and now he can pit for tires. Everybody else going to stay out of the pits. Chase Elliott will get the free pass at the stage break. I did watch all 3 of those Marty Reed compilation videos, by the way, R6. Schneider going to take the half around a wedge back out of the race car. Now that he's going to take 4 tires this time around, he'll top off on fuel as well. Keep that 5% of tape on it, though. Truex also tops off on fuel. He'll pit as well. Everybody's still going to be short to the end of the stage.
Are you ready?
Flag back in the air. Harvick again leads the field to the green.
Careful, still there.
Some of them are just like mind-boggling. I had heard a few of them before, but like some of them were like really bad that it was like, did he actually miss it? Some of them that were put on there too were a little like some mess ups with the running order. People do that all the time. Like if you say the guy, you know, you're talking about the guy in second for so long, and then you slip up and say he's leading the race all of a sudden. No, like that's. I mean, that happens so much. So. But yeah, I mean the major ones that are.
Car there on the inside.
Sure.
Got one up top.
There's 3 wide in the middle right now. Get a push from Justin Haley.
Still there.
It's back to the inside of the Benedetto. Johnson thought about it at least.
Car there on the inside. Outside. You're all clear on top there. Car high, careful. Car high.
It's just going to drop out of line now down the back straightaway. These guys race around him right now. A little bit slower.
Still there.
Joey Logano to the lead on the restart.
Looking inside now.
Good for him.
Car there on the inside.
Just doesn't seem to be as fast on fresher tires.
Car outside.
Joey Logano just led his first lap of the race at the line that time. Oh, Quinn Houff goes around. He clips Schneider, backs it into the outside wall. And now down into the grass in turn 1. We stay green. How did Schneider not turn up the racetrack with the contact with Houff while Houff was in a mid-spin? As he loses control of his race car. Couldn't tell who was behind. I believe Chase Elliott, who had gotten the free pass during the stage break, was also involved, and he should have likely heavy damage to the front bumper of his race car now. Yeah, that one was pretty funny. Or the one where he forgot Andy Petrie's name. I know you. It was the way he did it, like with the point and everything, was just so weird. Went out very slow down the back straightaway into turn 3. Oh man, I hope he's off the racetrack and down on the excess pavement, because it is going to be wild for everybody trying to get by, and because of it, Kevin Harvick is going to be the one to get back to the lead on Joey Logano. Chase Elliott is on pit road as we speak. Or sorry, no, he's not. He's out of the review. Somebody's on pit road. I believe Houff has finally made his way in now. I have to assume he's finally in the pits. Unless some guys got under. No, he missed pit road. He had a long way around after spinning in turn 1, and then he misses the pits, and he's going to have to make his way back down again. And I don't know how they have not thrown a caution yet. And they still probably should down the back straightaway. Cars are scattering again. Schneider all the way down low. Look at that, about 3 or 4 cars stacked up behind. Now Schneider to get away from Elliott a little bit more. As they battle for 15th still. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. was a good one. Ricky Stenhouse Jr.
Still there. Inside.
Track. Elliott dive bombs. The short shoot 1 and 2.
Careful, still there.
And they'll take away the 15th position.
Stay low.
Ooh, Joey Case. And a side draft Schneider down the back straightaway.
Top 3, use it if you need it.
Got around both Case and Ross Chastain that time. Full throttle through turn 4. Barely keeps it off the wall. Didn't think it was to that point to run yet, but he was able to make it work.
Got one peeking outside.
Case taking a look to the outside. He's going to be held up there. Harvick leads the way once again after holding on to a green-white checker finish to the end of stage 1 in a 2-lap shootout to winning the opening stage. After leading all but 1 lap there, Logano was able to take the lead for about 2 to 3 laps on the restart this time, beat Harvick, but then Harvick got back around him when Quinn Houff had his issues trying to get to pit road and then missing the pits right in front of the leaders. Houff did finally make it back down onto pit road a couple laps ago. Rosie's on the back of the 62 have gone.
Careful, still there. You got room, you're clear.
So if we can get 2 top 5 finishes, we'll get our incentive bonus. We have 5 races to do so. Strategy is played right. So far, the strategy played well, taking fuel only in stage 1 to stay on the lead lap. And we're going to have a pit stop at some point in time here. Schneider's probably got about 2 more laps of fuel than most of the leaders, except for Denny Hamlin, who pitted during that last caution. So Schneider will only have 2 laps more than Hamlin on fuel. And then Martin Truex Jr. pitted at the stage break. He and Schneider could go to the same lap on fuel. Again, everybody will have to pit regardless to the end of this stage. Schneider's about 5 to 7 laps short. Not going to be able to save that much on a 2.5 mile racetrack here in Indy. How much drafting, how much you get out of the gasoline. Schneider's not even thinking about saving right now. Good chance he'll go fuel only once again though, especially hitting at the stage break there. The tires. Final stage of the race is an extra 10 laps. I don't think you can get away with it there, but his first 2 stages so far so good. Again, only 1 caution for incident. It came out at lap 44 in this race. Right after the green flag pit stop cycled through a couple laps prior to having that first and only yellow. In the last race at Pocono, we only had 2 the entire race. This one 50 miles longer though. Extra 20 laps as well.
Still there?
I was trying to block there for a little bit. He's also trying to get around Chad Finch, and he seems to be a little bit
still there.
49 car.
You're clear.
He's going to get under him into turn 3. Just kind of follow the line. Schneider was able to
got one inside. All right,
make away and clears him off turn 4. Again, we'll alternate through the different camera angles for about the next dozen laps. The first of 2 times here tonight at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Really wide action there briefly. And down to 2x2 by the time they get into turn 3. Made it easier for Schneider to make the pass on Bubba Wallace. Slides up the track, clears him off 3. Sets himself up beautifully for turn 4. Wallace trying to maybe fight back. Didn't quite get the run in the center of the corner. Got a little out of shape at the end. Looked a little bit extra with Schneider right in front of him. another massive run in the draft down the front straightaway off Timmy Hill.
All clear.
Oh my goodness. Really tight though behind Stenhouse in turn 1. Oh, Hill got tight into turn 2 behind Schneider. Schneider sends it through the corner. Now he's going to get a good run on the back of Stenhouse down the back straightaway, and he'll pull out to make a move.
Careful, still there. All right, you're clear.
Sad Sharks CF. Oh man, I'm trying to read the name, trust me. Anti-Analyst TV Archive, welcome to the stream. Even your favorite old driver, Greg Whipple, is racing right now. Yeah, the SR. I haven't watched too much of the SRX. I've watched a little bit of the race at Knoxville, and I've watched the highlights from each race so far, but that's been about it. Got the SRX is obviously on. Yeah, if this race gets done before it ends, I'll definitely tune in for the end of it. Either way, I'll be watching the highlights, see what I missed tomorrow morning as well. Schneider in the wall off turn 1. Pushing a tad too hard. He didn't have anywhere in front of him or behind him either. Just flat out overdrove the corner. I do have to say, Greg Biffle was my favorite driver growing up until he retired, but at the same time, I'd almost say, I think it's safe for me to say that I am more of a Ryan Blaney fan now than I feel like I ever was a Greg Biffle fan growing up. Biffle was my favorite driver, but I didn't have as much, merchandise as what I have with Blaney's. Granted, a lot of it was because I was younger and just never really had a lot. Never went to any races till I was 16 years old. It was the first NASCAR race I went to. I haven't been going racing all that long. I do have some stuff though. Doesn't seem to wear a couple of the Greg Whipple hats I have. Being that Cheez-It hat of this. I think I only have one Greg Whipple shirt that still fits me too. A little too hard in turn 2. He had to back out of the gas quite a bit again. Pace though, again, a lot better than what it was in the last stage. And just look at how far back Harvick is from him still. Compared to stage 1, Harvick was all over the back of Schneider pretty much from about lap 15 to 20 on. Two-stop strategy to the end of this race. How will it play off? And now all of a sudden, in the midst of lap traffic, Denny Hamlin will take the race lead. Got a little bit of fresher tires in Harvick. He's now raining down. Hamlin trying to go for his 3rd win of the season. already mentioned that he leads the regular season point standings. Coming off the second place finish in the second Pocono race yesterday. Or sorry, 2 days. First race he DNF'd to finish 30. In stage 2 at Pocono in the second race of the doubleheader by inches. Keselowski beat him back to the line. Quick point out quickly. What are you doing, Ice? Watch him win like a rain race or something. I mean, he'd have to stay on the lead lap to do that, and I don't think he's doing that on a mile and a half. Honestly, I feel like that's the only way StarCom, at this point at least, could even win the super speedway races if it rains shorter. I've been to 2 Talladega races, and like, yeah, they sit in the back trying to avoid the carnage, but I don't think they intentionally sit at the back, though. I mean, they might, but they don't have the speed to even stay with the lead pack anyway. That's why him and the Rick Ware cars are, you know, off the main pack. It's not because they choose to, which I'm sure they're okay with that strategy, and they'll probably say they choose to, but they just don't have the speed to keep up with the lead pack. I remember him going a lap down, like, less than 20 laps into a green flag 1. It was either this year or last year. I think it was this year. Before the competition caution, he went a lap down or something. Like, how does that even happen? 25 laps.
Still there?
Really didn't pick him. I'm sure you picked him for now, but then obviously that'll
You're clear.
likely change going into the week. No, that's not how that works. Nice try, though. Like the bold prediction. I think you can be safe to say that you're the only one picking him, so we'll gain 2 points if he did miraculously do well. About 24 laps to go in the stage this time by. Denny Hamlin, Kevin Harvick still battling back and forth for the race lead. I guess probably nobody picked Haley to win 2019 Summer Daytona race. Mid right. This was before he was running all those super speedway races in the Xfinity Series too.
Careful. Still there. Alright, you're clear there.
Back to the normal cam for now. Sanders finally caught the back of Chase Elliott for 15.
Still there? Careful, still there. Alright, clear out lap.
Really interested to see. I mean, those guys that could stay out a little bit longer with pitting either at the stage break or the only caution for incident today back at the end of stage 1, if they can go further on fuel, everybody can make it within the final 10 laps anyway. Right around it.
Hold your line, got one outside.
Playthrough start down racing. Well, you guys, the fans, will get to vote for who I'm going to use for the custom schedule season.
Still there?
Start things off.
Clear high, clear high.
Dive bombs underneath Matt Benedetto. Choose wisely though, because in the future NASCAR games you won't be able to pick that driver again. You can pick them for the classic game playthroughs, but you can't pick them for the following years. I vote start down racing here. I think if he wins, he wins. We're not doing the fan vote right now. We're not going to do it until that stream. That card could be. If there's like an overall too, it's going to be really hard for us. If there's like an actual driver rating. If there's no driver rating, kind of like Heat 5 is, where we can just hop in and split half and basically run fast everywhere we go, we'll definitely win some races. Car rating, we might be running 30th every race. It's not like career mode where you can gain money and increase your speed over time either. Like, that's all we got. Catching Eric Jones now from 14th on the racetrack, about 7.5 seconds behind the 13th place car still. And Martin Truex Jr. Headed inside of Jones, side jabs him a little bit. Justin Haley probably racing having a pretty good run right now.
Careful, still there. Clear high, bud.
19th. Wondering if Martin Truex Jr. is anywhere near the front. You know Denny Hamlin is. Truex should go a couple laps further than Hamlin on fuel. So when we start pit stops, if we do get a caution in the middle of green flag stops, can that trap a decent amount of these guys a lap down? We'll wait and see. Remember, pit road will close with 2 laps to go on the stage, so I don't believe anybody can actually go that far. Schneider's starting to save. Into turn 3 that time at least. It's quite a ways late in the run to really think about saving fuel, you would think. He's got some time back to the race leader, Kevin Harvick. No, I'm not going to say it. Schneider saved for 1 lap, that was it. He's still 5 to 6 laps short, so he's not going to save anywhere near that much. He just stayed right in the gas. Oh, Biffle 1, Heat 2, I slinger. There we go. I'm glad I got to see him race one more time last year in the Truck Series at Darlington. That's pretty cool. Did a one-off. I didn't even know he was doing that one-off until a couple weeks before the race. I already had my tickets, and I was like, oh, that's awesome. Fortunately, I didn't get to see the whole race, though. Really only saw the final like 20 laps or so. They weren't allowing people in for it until like the gates opened. Which were like 2 hours before the race started. We didn't actually get into our parking spot until, I should say 2 hours before the cup race started, so we didn't get into our parking spot until like an hour and a half before. It was like hustling up there. If it wasn't for a bunch of late race yellows, probably wouldn't have gotten to see any of the race. Remember Ben Rhodes won. Deegan was the full second. I didn't even realize Haley Deegan was running in there. Schneider saved fuel for one lap. Probably wasn't a wise decision, though. I think it probably wouldn't have cost him too much time. Likely going to take fuel only again, though, during his pit stop. You wonder if that could get him stage points here in stage number 2, knowing he's already only about 4 seconds behind at least the 11th place car. Probably be a second or two less if he was to save the fuel for an entire lap. Matt Kensington, the 42, had a little bit of an issue. He was up in smoke and made it to pit road. He is currently lapped down in 18th, but he has the freshest tires in the field as he just blew right around Schneider. On the outside of Bobby Carter as well. To the inside of Carter. Turn 4.
Right, you're clear.
Laps to go this time by in stage 2. Harvick trying to sweep the stages. Here tonight at Indianapolis. He's already one of the few drivers with 2 wins so far this season. Looking to match Logano for a third, but we know Logano is right around the top 5 and contending as well. 2 of Logano's 3 wins this season have come in the last 6 races.
Stay low, stay low. All right, you're clear there.
Side-by-side lap traffic, nearly 3 wide into turn 2. It might have been for a brief second there. And Kevin Harvick just pulled onto pit road that time, as well as a lot of the other leaders who did not pit under either the end of the stage or the caution before the end of the stage. Way back on lap 44 was the last time a lot of these guys hit pit road.
Leading car just ahead. All right, you're clear.
Alex Bowman's going to pull on down to the pit lane. Denny Hamlin's out on the racetrack. He's got a couple more laps of fuel than everybody else here. I think we'll go about another 8 laps yet. We'll have 12 laps to go this time by as Denny Hamlin continue to lead here at Indy. Remember, he blew a right front tire late while leading with about 5 laps to go last season at Indianapolis. One trying to rewrite history here and get his first ever Brickyard 400 victory. Schneider shoots the gap into 3, quickly gets ahead of Ryan Newman, and then slides up the track to the outside of David Reagan now. Newman thought about taking it 3 wide into the corner, and he did. He couldn't quite get to the outside. I don't know if that would have worked either. Newman stays out another lap. Kurt Busch on his way into the pits. Schneider has cycled up to 3rd, behind Hamlin and Truex. Truex pitted the same lap as Schneider. Hamlin will have a couple laps less of fuel than those guys. They're all staying out. You wonder how many extra cars are a lap down currently with Hamlin in the lead. The ideal caution would be for these 3 guys staying out as long as they can. Harvick on fresher tires, trying to pull ahead to as big of a gap as he can for when Hamlin comes out of the pits. So that way he, for himself, will hopefully not have a challenge at the end of stage 2. Ryan Newman pulls into the pit lane. Harvick's only about 5 seconds behind Schneider now. Schneider hasn't even pitted yet. Schneider plans on taking fuel only during his pit stop, just like he did in stage 1. Instead, lead lap, maybe he'll have a chance at some stage points as well. Well, Ryan Blaney in the top 5 as well. 2 seconds behind Harvick. I believe he's trying to come to pit road this time. He wanted to get to the inside into 4. He had to let Schneider go. Now he makes the lead dive. Off turn 4, he'll bring it onto pit road. Schneider's still got about 4 to 5 more laps left in the tank.
All right, 10 to go. Keep it nice.
Got 10 laps to go in stage 2. Full throttle through turn 2 right now. He's going to let Justin Haley go. He's going to let Kevin Harvick go. Not worried about racing. He knows he'll have to pit. Harvick now up to 3rd. Should cycle around Truex. He only guesses will he cycle past Denny Hamlin. Denny Hamlin just came onto pit road as we speak. Martin Truex Jr. is now the race leader for the first time here tonight. Brickyard 400. Jones cannot get around Schneider into turn 2. He's going to try the outside. Schneider's going to let him go. Blaney's coming in hot pursuit as well. Going to catch Schneider in a bad spot getting into turn 3.
All right, you're clear there. Outside.
Gets the outside of turn 4. Schneider not battling these guys at all right now. More drivers coming into the pits. Truex stays out another lap, so does Schneider. Kyle Busch, next driver for position in 5th currently. Denny Hamlin cycled well behind Harvick. Tire advantage. You saw how fast Harvick was. Schneider should stay on the lead lap, taking one out, but we'll have to see. Boy, if he does go lap down, saving that 1 lap of fuel is not going to be worth it. When he's going to have to pit anyway. See if Schneider comes to pit road this time. Truex stays out, and I believe Schneider's going to stay out as well. No late dive here. Schneider will stay out another lap as he drafts behind DiBenedetto now down the front straightaway. I prefer the oval over the road course at Indy as well there, even. Not that I think the Indy road course is bad, but it just Prestige fits the Brickyard 400 at Indianapolis better if it's the oval versus the road course. Especially with a lot of road courses.
You're almost out of gas.
See, Martin Truex Jr. comes on to pit road this time. It looks like he will. Schneider making his way through turn 4 right now. And Schneider's going to come on down to pit road. Locks him up. Oh, he might have missed the pits. He didn't hit the commitment line, but I guess we made it onto pit road. No tires. Half can of fuel, quarter tank. And no wedge adjustment this time for the 99. Oh, missed pit road. Trying to make sure he wasn't going to spin out, trying to lock it down. 1 second of damage might make for a little bit slower stop. 4.4 seconds. It was a 3.8 second pit stop back in stage 1 when he went fuel only. Now just trying to get up to speed. Schneider cycled ahead of Martin Truex Jr. That was pretty impressive.
Still there inside.
He's going to let Truex go off the exit of the corner, though. Not in position to get stage points here for Schneider. Now his job is to stay in front of Kevin Harvick. As we figured, Harvick has easily cycled back as the race leader. Or the lap cars still making their way to pit road. Again, Schneider, the oldest tires in the field.
5 to go, driver.
4 laps to go this time by for Harvick in stage 2.
Nice driving, that is.
And caution's out for the second time today. That will end stage 2 prematurely. Our second caution for incident. Kevin Harvick has swept the stages here tonight at Indianapolis. And now Schneider will top off on fuel. He'll pit for tires as well. And no adjustments on that 99 car once again. Some split strategy at the end of the stage as well. Some drivers staying out, some drivers are pitting. Free pass goes to Eric Jones at 15. So this will be the final stage coming up. For Harvick winning both stages today, that will be his 3rd and 4th stage wins of the season. He's starting to rack them up all of a sudden.
All right, man. You're coming to the green. Be ready
Most
here.
of the cars came to pit road that time, but not all of them. Green flag back in the air. Denny Hamlin will take the track position. He'll lead the field to the green after he stayed out.
Still there.
Here we go, 61 laps to go. Should have had another lap on the restart.
Still there.
Well, there's another NASCAR Heat 5 game glitch. This should be the final lap of the stage. I don't know why
Clear down low.
it's not. The stage came to an end, but it shouldn't have. Schneider doesn't want to just let these guys go. This could be the last restart of the race. I mean, we've only had 2 cautions per incident all day long. We only had 2 at Pocono in
Careful.
the
Still
second
there.
Pocono
Car
race.
high now. Car outside. Hold your line.
But he does need 1 pit stop yet to the end.
Car outside. Hold your line. Got a car
Schneider finds himself in the middle lane now.
Clear your line there.
3 wide as well around him.
High. Careful. You're all clear on top there.
He overdrove turn 3, got tight. Carried too much speed.
Inside.
I think think he might just end up letting these guys around him anyway.
Inside.
Played smart here. He's in the 14th position. He's having a good run. All things considered.
Clear down low. Got one down low now. Got one peeking inside.
Oh, wow. 3 wide to the bottom went Ryan Priest. Saw the 21 of DiBenedetto kind of bobble a little bit, and that was probably why.
Got one outside now.
Keep the Chastain behind him for the moment.
Stay low, stay low.
Didn't want to be 3 wide into the corner,
Got a car coming inside
especially
now.
with knowing that there's 3 wide going on behind him right now.
Got a car low now. 3 wide now.
Oh, Eric Jones just about got into Schneider and almost overran the exit of turn 4.
Careful, still there.
They're side drafting the 51 of Joey Gase.
Car high, careful there.
Chastain up the middle, 3 wide. LaJoie all the way on the outside.
Outside. Hold your line, got one outside.
3 wide again in turn 4.
Got a car coming inside now.
Schneider just kind of gets out of the way, keeps the car about as clean as he could, and drops to the back of the field. 58 laps to go, and the Candyman, Kyle Busch, is out in the lead for the first time here today. Also was one of those drivers that stayed out of the pits, took the track position. He has just gotten around his teammate Denny Hamlin. Busch with 1 win this season, came at Kansas. By the way, there are currently 3 drivers out of the race, unaware of which 3 they are. In the final stage, just over 50 laps to go. Schneider's going to throw a lot more tape on the race car under the final pit stop at whatever point that comes here in this final stage. It's still running about 230, if not below 230 on the oil temperature, and they've only added 5% of tape so far today, so maybe help a little bit. We will alternate through the different camera angles for the next dozen laps one final time in tonight's race. Definitely an exciting thing to see here. We get down closer and closer to the finish. Remember, Schneider led just 1 lap in the Coke 600 and are out to his 2nd win of the season. Looked like David Reagan might have bounced into the wall getting into turn number 1. Maybe a little too tight in line behind Joey Gase. And even though Kyle Busch has not led a single lap all day until this final stage, he has been in the lead for about 3 or 4 laps now. And again, that just goes to show how much track position matters and how much these restarts matter, especially how few of them we've had to try and get that track position, get out ahead of the field. Pit strategy plays into that as well. That's why we've seen Schneider try to gain some spots when he can, taking field only to the end of the stage. He's gained 1 or 2 spots at the end of both stages. Actually finished 12th at the end of both stages. So again, he's got a top 15 race car. currently 15th as well as his speed. Chase Elliott, first driver, 1 lap down right now. Just awaiting to see if we get a caution in this final stage, too. We've only had 2 cautions for incident total. 1 in stage 1, 1 in stage 2, both of them coming at the end of the stage. One of them set up a 2-lap green-white checker shootout to the end of stage number 1, and the other at the end of stage 2, if you remember, ended the stage under the yellow, so if those trends continue, we might get a late caution here in this one. Still 53 laps away from the checkered flag. So long laps here in Indianapolis, but obviously, again, anything could happen. Again, the goal is now, you definitely want to stay on the lead lap as long as you possibly can. Three wide at the back of the pack into turn 4. Typical is going to make a move there. Schneider's starting to close in on the back of his pack again. Outside of the tape on the race car, they did move the wedge around once earlier on a 2-tire stop, but then moved it back as soon as he went to 4 tires. So the setup outside of the 5% more tape is the same. But again, they could be helping on the straightaways just enough. Draft off before they Joy down the back straightaway now as well. This race car is definitely coming to him. Tight turn 4 though, in line behind LaJoy now that he's a lot closer to him. Side-by-side traffic in front of LaJoy as well. Went low to try and block Schneider. Schneider went a little bit lower to get inside of him. It's well inside the 66. 3 wide into turn 1 underneath Joey Casey, David Reagan. He doesn't want to waste any time now.
Outside, outside.
Barely got a clear case off the exit of turn 2. Drafting in line. Down to the inside of David Reagan.
Still there.
Side by side in the 3.
Clear high, bud.
We'll make the pass there. Again, not everybody pitted during the stage break as well. They'll have to pit sooner if everybody tries to take it to the end of their fuel run, as we've seen at the end of stage 1 and stage 2. That has been the case. We've had 2 green flag pit stops so far in this race. 50 laps to go now in the Brickyard 400 at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. We're live on KRC here tonight. Thanks to all of you watching this one on a Saturday night. Next race of this schedule will come tomorrow at Kentucky on the NASCAR Heat 5 Career Mode. 6 races left until the playoffs after the checkered flag flies tonight. Coach Brad Keselowski starting to go back and forth in that 13th place position right now. Schneider's just ran an absolutely smooth race so far. 12th at the end of stage 1, 12th at the end of stage 2. No stage points there. As that continues, as he's lacking stage points as he has most of the season.
Say hi.
I I don't think he's going to get the top 10 in points, so he's basically looking for stage race wins for playoff points now. That's why he was battling so hard on strategy at the stage 2 at Pocono yesterday. Sorry, again, I keep saying yesterday. 2 nights ago. He finished second by a nose to Brad Keselowski. Every point is so vital. Just missed out on an opportunity. Oh, trouble! Right in front of Schneider! Oh, jams the brakes and misses it. It's the 77 of Ross Chastain who spun into the outside wall in turn 3. John keeps the momentum up to get around Schneider now down the front straightaway. Started up high in the outside wall, then ended up down low. We stayed green. That could have been a caution right at the edge of the pit window. But we stay green. Chastain tries to limp his way to pit road with heavy damage. Still limping it off turn 4, it looks like, as the leaders have made their way around, and Schneider jammed the brakes, went low. Chastain slid back in front of him, and after locking the brakes, skidded the car back up the racetrack to miss him at the last second. Second time we've seen a spin right around Schneider today, and it stayed green both times. Another Quinn Houck went for a spin back in stage 1. About midway through the opening stage, and actually clipped Schneider in the right rear slightly, but Schneider kept it off the wall and kept it going. Very light damage. Trevor Grimes, welcome to the stream. How many near misses have we had in the last, dozen races or so? Talladega, we had a couple of them. We've had 2 today. Good run going for Schneider in the top 15 right now. That would have been terrible. Had a great view of it out of the roof cam as well. Chastain, by the way, did make his way to pit road about a lap and a half ago. And we do stay green here at Indy. Continuing with only 2 cautions per incident here tonight. 46 laps to go. Did cost Schneider quite a bit of time having to jam the brakes like that. Saw how much momentum we lost that even Brendan Gaughan was able to get around it. Wasn't really within striking distance with Schneider when that happened also. Chastain has not returned to the racetrack yet. Where's Quinn Houck returned to the track earlier, by the way? He had his issue. That was even with Chase Elliott involved in that one, too. We're back to the normal camera for the rest of the race. 45 laps to go at Indy. Trying to draft off Bubba Wallace down the back straightaway. Here's Carter. We'll clear Wallace in the middle of turn 3. Wallace down to block Carter, I believe they're battling for position. Could be wrong. Both a lap down. At least 1 lap down. Carter's probably more than 1 lap down. Wallace, I mean, they might both be more than 1 lap down. Now look who's found his way back out in front once again. Kevin Harvick was dominated this race. Not as dominant as what we saw out of Keselowski in the last race at Pocono, but he still has won the first 2 stages today. And these long green flag runs have been working out better for him than anybody else as well. Seemingly has got through the lap traffic better than anybody else today also. Kevin Harvick having himself a great one. Again, I'm kind of surprised, but I'm not surprised at the same time. Kyle Busch was able to hold on for almost the first 20 laps of Stage 3. I mean, that's what the track position will do for you. Once things get spread out into lap traffic, the clean air slowly starts to go away.
Stay low, stay low.
So it could obviously be what Harvick used to get around in that far into the green flag run. Looks to the outside in turn 3, even though enough of a run to get to the outside of Johnson, but it'll get to the inside of him in turn 4.
Careful, still there.
And draft off Daniel Suarez, who's looking to try and get underneath Austin Dillon. Side drafts McDowell a little bit, trying to pull him back as well.
Careful.
Johnson simultaneously drafting off the back of the 99.
Careful, still there. Stay low.
This is a full throttle in turn 2 to get around Austin Dillon. None of those 5 cars were for position. They're still 15.5 seconds behind the next driver for position in 14th. Kurt Busch. Chase Elliott still in the free pass spot by about a second over Christopher Bell. Measuring 16th and 17th. Again, the fuel window is 36 to 42 laps. Well, halfway on fuel right now for anybody who pitted during that last stage. .40 laps to go now, by the way, as Harvick crossed the start-finish line that last time by. Again, with this stage being 20 laps longer than the previous 2, I don't think fuel only is going to be able to work for Schneider this time.
Stay on the bottom.
Knowing we have seen a lot of tire wear.
Clear high, clear high.
Not a whole lot of tire wear, again, to make it 50 laps on one set of tires. Especially at a flat, fast racetrack like Indianapolis. There hasn't been a whole lot, at least for the 99. It's faster on older tires. And I think those left sides should be able to make it to the end. Especially if he goes 30 laps to go on the stage. The left sides are above 50%. He'll definitely make it on laps. Right sides definitely won't. Specifically the right front. Will not make it to the finish. It's a little bit too much of a stretch there. 50 is good, but 60 on the other hand is not. It's not just 10 laps. It's 10 laps around a 2.5 mile rectangular racetrack. 4 separate turns. So you're just turning the car that many more times as well. Versus any of the standard ovals that we see in NASCAR. Schneider's definitely committed to staying out as long as he can, though. I don't know about maybe short pitting, but even if he gets the free pass going a lap down, it's probably not going to be worth it. fuel window is open right now to making it to the end. No takers so far, even with this being a 2.5 mile racetrack. Stop blaming which it's awesome. I'm not done buying it yet. I definitely want to get a hooded sweatshirt before the end of the season. Primarily before Martinsville and Bristol, because I might need it for one of those 2 races. Definitely won't need it for Michigan or Indy. Unless it rains during Indy. Being a road course, it would race in the rain. Even then, it's going to be so hot in the middle of August. It won't matter. And it should be fine for the Bristol night race in late September. It might drop down overnight, but I think I'll be alright with a long sleeve shirt. But we've seen some cold fall Martinsville races before. So that one I'm kind of like circling as, okay, that might be a sweatshirt type of race. I don't think I've ever really worn a sweatshirt at a NASCAR race. And every time I've gone, it's been 60 degrees or above.
Stay on the bottom. All right, you're clear.
And for being up north, for being living up north, 60 degrees is pretty nice outside.
Careful.
For the most part.
All right, you're clear.
35 laps to go this time at the line for Kevin Harvick. Blaming the 1992 Atlanta race. Man. I don't think he was. Obviously, they're talking about Dave Blaney. I don't think he was. I don't remember. I don't know as much about Dave Blaney as what I do Ryan. So I don't know exactly what year his first race was. Because he ran full-time World of Outlaws for a long time, and I'd like to think that in the early 90s he was still doing that. But he could have been running part-time NASCAR. I'm going to say no. I don't think he was in that race. And no, I'm not streaming the Cup race tomorrow. The live commentary of the Cup race tomorrow. Watch it. I haven't watched a race from my couch since Sonoma this season. I believe it was the last race I watched that wasn't... Oh, wait a minute. Did we stream Sonoma? No, we didn't. Never mind. Yeah, that's right, because it was the day of my sister's graduations. Definitely watched her downstairs. Yeah, so Sonoma was the last race I've watched from my couch, because we've either been live streaming the Cup races since then, or I've been at the Cup races since then. This will be the first race I've actually watched on NBC this season, too. I've been at the track the last 3 weeks since NBC took over Nashville, Coherent doubleheader, and then Road America. So first time actually watching NBC broadcasting races. Wasn't able to watch the Xfinity race because of being at work, but I did see Kyle Busch did get career 102. Possibly his final career Xfinity start. We'll see next year. He'll come back. Stick to his word. Retire after getting that 100th win this year. He still had to finish out his contractual obligations to running 5 races this season. qualify for the race. Did he attempt it? Oh, he didn't even qualify. So he did. I'm guessing what you're saying is like he didn't even make a lap of qualifying. Or did he DNQ? He didn't make the cut. No, they didn't. Because I think that race they had less than, if I remember right, they only had like 37 cars in the race. And they already had less than 3 games. I didn't think Blaney was in NASCAR that early. I thought it was closer to like 95, 96. He started running part-time. That might have been like Busch Series first. I don't even think that's Cup Series. 95, 96 maybe. I don't know when his first Cup race was, but I want to say mid-90s is when he started in NASCAR. Busch Series part-time.
We'll be at the bottom here.
3 wide into turn 3. Already Bell and Elliott who are battling for the free pass position right now. And Bell completes the pass into turn 4. Elliott maybe going to try a crossover up the exit of the corner as he looks low. Bell trying to get a draft off the back bumper of Schneider down the front straightaway. Bell's going to hold on in front, it looks like, into turn 1. We're about a half a car length off the bottom, though. Elliott might be able to get back around it. This is winding down. Just 30 laps to go here at Indianapolis. Caution. With 30 laps to go, our third caution of the race, Christopher Bell gets the free pass. We saw him make the move on Elliott. So here come the crucial pit stops. This will bunch the field back together. This could be the final restart of the race. We'll have just about 26 to 27 to go in the restart. Right side tires only for the 99. And 1 can of fuel, half tank. Enough to make it to the finish. And 15% more tape as well. And no adjustments on the 99. Oh no! I didn't even hit select in time. I was just sitting there like thinking I already hit it. I didn't even hit it. Well, that's a tough break for Schneider. Green flag back in the air. He'll lead the field to the green, leading his first laps of the race, but he's going to have to pit in about 10 laps.
Careful, still there. You got room. You're clear.
See if he'll lead a green flag lap. He's got the track position. You know how much that means, but he's on older tires. Well, 30 lap older tires than the rest of the field. Kyle Busch quickly just kind of moves him out of the way now. Kenseth in the mix. He wants to look for the lead. Schneider gets a run down the back straightaway despite the contact with Busch, and he holds on to the lead. Now soaring off into turn 3. Kenseth to the outside of Schneider in the short chute in 3 and 4. Harvick got really tight in line behind the 42. 3 wide now for third place behind. 3 wide for second down the front stretch. Matt Kenseth will lead his first lap of the race as he tries to get his first win of the season. Busch is pushing Schneider. Might send him into turn 1 here. 4 wide, 5 wide in turn 1. Are they going to make it? Bowman to the wall. Bowman got squeezed into the wall up high. Schneider and Jones with a little contact down low as cars are still scattering all over the place. Bowman took a pretty big lick there. He's got some damage to the right front of his race car as they were 5 wide off the exit of turn 1 on the restart.
Hold your line, got 1 inside. Watch that car in front of you. He's slowing down. He's going to
And I believe Bowman with the damage is going to be coming into the pits this time. Yes, he is.
All right, you're clear.
So Bowman with heavy damage after getting into the wall off turn 1 when they were 5 wide.
You got room. You're clear.
24 laps to go, meanwhile, here in the Brickyard 400.
Got one down low now. Outside.
Harvick leads the way. Got around Kenseth a couple laps after the restart, after Kenseth was able to get about a lap or two led in there. They're going down low, checking the bottom so he can likely pit this time by.
Careful, still there. Car high, careful.
Still going to be right side tires only for this pit stop and just enough fuel to make it to the end of the race. Now he's got to have to pit under green.
Got one outside now.
We'll bring it onto pit road at 55 miles an hour. Never slid the tires at all. Right sides only. Another green flag stop today. And again, a half a tank of fuel. No adjustments for the 99, and now they can add that 10% of tape as well. I guess that will be the only adjustments. Wonder how long Bowman was in the pits for. See if Schneider could cycle ahead of him at least. Schneider with his two tires stop is hopefully going to be able to stay on the lead lap when he makes it back off of pit road. But I don't know for how long he's going to be able to hold on. Everybody's got 4 tires versus his 2. And he's going to have to try to stay in the free pass position at the worst case scenario as well. As he comes off the pit lane, here comes Kevin Harvick in the 4. Schneider's just getting up to speed. And he's going to get right in front of Harvick. And now he's trying to block. And here comes Blaney on the outside. He almost gets into the 12. Now into the 4 of Harvick. And Blaney's going to get to the lead. Ryan Blaney out in front here at Indy. Can Harvick run him down? Bowman's 3 wide middle now. He's trying to get to the free pass spot. Contact with Schneider in the short chute at 3 and 4.
Inside.
Schneider can't hang on. What a tough break. He had the lead lap finish locked in. Just didn't hit under the yellow, missed it. Tried to take right sides only there. Couldn't do it. Could have won fuel only, but he would have had to pit again for tires at some point. If it goes green to the end of the race, it's not going to matter.
Car high, careful.
Other than the fact he will lose 1 position to Bowman to the end. But that would be the only position he would lose in this race. Well, maybe Chase Elliott. Elliott's about 6 seconds behind him. Closing.
We got 20 more left.
They're getting pushed from there down the road.
Car there on the outside. Car on the outside now.
Kevin Harvick trying to win a 3rd straight Brickyard 400. Schneider's about 3 seconds now behind Alex Bowman and fading. No, we don't need a caution. Not yet, at least. Caution's not going to do anything unless we're in the free pass position. We don't have the car to race our way back on the lead lap, especially with over left sides. Trying to draft off Newman as much as he can here, but he's probably going to eventually lose him. So his only shot is to get into the free pass position and or race his way back on the lead lap. That's probably all. We'll see. Racing his way around Bowman could be realistic. Or Bowman with a couple lap pressure tires and Harvick. If he get around him knowing he is really close, get back on the lead lap, and if Harvick allows Bowman to get back on the lead lap, then Schneider's in the free pass spot. He's still got 6 seconds back to Elliott behind him. Still losing time to Bowman though. Harvick didn't take long getting around Blaney as well, who led just his first lap of the race. For all 11 of you guys watching right now, like, share, subscribe for more daily NASCAR content. Currently in the Brickyard 400 live on KRC with just about 17 laps to go in this race. And taking right sides only. Get the straightaway speed. Even with older left side tires, he's still somewhat keeping up with these guys in the corners.
Inside. You got room. You're clear.
He's still going to continue to fight.
That was a great lap.
Just ran his fastest lap of the race that last time too, 53.822. And you wonder if some of that might be the tape on the race car as well. Maybe giving him just that much more straightaway speed.
Got one down low now.
Push to the inside off turn 2. Right. Good luck on your club championship tomorrow there, Billy. It's supposed to rain here all day, otherwise I'd go up myself tomorrow. These trends continue, man. I'm off of work and we get rain. 75% chance of rain, it seems like. The days I work versus the days I don't. Or it doesn't rain until I get off of work because we get those pop-up showers about like 5 o'clock or so. Can't call that. Bad last couple months for trying to get out there. Rain. We didn't have much rain last year. Keeping up with Kurt Busch. Seven and a half seconds behind Bowman. And I'd have to believe that Bowman is not on the lead lap right now. Shire continues to draft off Kurt Busch. 15 laps to go in this race. Shire sends it into turn 1 to the inside of Busch. Not going to get around him there. Spent all that time trying to get back to him again. Full throttle for turn 2 as he's trying to push it. Cost him time not being able to clear Kurt. Even if he gets a free pass now, he's going to have to restart from the rear of the fields. It's a tough break. Especially as far as speed goes, knowing he might have a top 10 car with these adjustment changes.
Stay low.
Another run on Kurt Busch into turn 1. Oh, kind of forcefully clearing, or at least trying to clear Kurt Busch. There was some definite contact in turn 1.
Careful.
Now he clears him off the exit of turn 2.
Car high, careful there. Clear high, bud.
Shire finally got around Kurt. He is pulling away from him. At least he can try to run Bowman down for 15. He'll run a top 15 all race long. It would be a shame to not finish in the top 15. Only other thing that could happen is we get 2 cautions for the end of this race if Schneider doesn't get the free pass. does. 2 cautions would be the only other chance he would have winning this thing. We've only had 3 total, 1 in each stage. Remember, in stage 1 and stage 2, cautions came out in the final 7 or less laps. This race is not over yet for Harvick. He'll likely catch lap traffic before the end of this one as well. Still 12 to go. Long ways around Indy. Pulls it in on Ryan Newman for the 10th position. They're trying to draft off of him, but Jones getting such a big pull on Newman that he's kind of slightly pulling Schneider. It's making it difficult for the 99. He does draft him a little bit that time down the front straightaway. Hook turn 1 beautifully. Still about 8.5 seconds behind the 88 though. A little tight though in turn 2, still holds full throttle. They did stick. Jones on the inside of Newman, side by side now for 10. Ross Schneider really closing into turn 3. Big draft off Ryan Newman as well. Big dive underneath the 6. And he'll clear Newman off the exit of turn 4. Eyes set now on Eric Jones, and not for position. Side draft Jones down the main straightaway. 10 laps to go here in the Brickyard 400 tonight.
Inside, clear low. Alright, you're clear then.
Final clears Jones off the exit of turn 2.
Careful then. Clear high, clear high.
Push there from Jones at the end of the front straightaway. Got launched Schneider into the corner on top of it. Kevin Harvick trying to hold on to win his 3rd race of the season. Matched Joey Logano for the most wins so far this year. Season that was dominated by Toyota in the first half of the regular season. Again, Ford is starting to turn it on. We're about to make it 6 consecutive victories for Ford. 2 for Harvick, 2 for Logano. Keselowski, Almirola, all of wins in that stretch. Harvick trying to get a 2nd one in that stretch now as well. So he has dominated this race. He's really starting to leave Chevy in the dust as far as really running for the manufacturer title. They do have a couple wins this year, only from Kurt Busch with 1 and Jimmy Johnson with 1. So they're only wins. Seven laps to go for Kevin Harvick. Again, the first 2 stages of the race have seen cautions. There's 7 to go or less in both of them. out of shape there. Able to go up turn one a little bit. Usually going to get the left side tires last all the way to the end of the stage. And then he's slowly closing in on Bowman. He's about 7.5 seconds behind him, but it's going to need Bowman to get into some heavy lap traffic or something here if he's going to want any sort of shot to get back in the top 15. And Bowman, the lead lap is way too far. It's still about 32 seconds ahead of where Schneider's at. Bowman and his crew having to make that unscheduled stop in the final stage. Still at least keep the car in the top 15 and first drive a one lap down curve. Six to go. Harvick's got another car or two on the track map in front of him. Once he gets around there, he might be clean sailing to the end. May catch another one, but no guarantees. Five to go now. And I'll mention we've had 3 overtime finishes this season. Harvick trying to win 3 straight Brickyard 400s. Nobody has ever done that in NASCAR Cup Series history. Over 25 years of racing at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Harvick trying to make history. Now at the line this time, he is 4 laps away from making history. Wonder who might be in the mix in second. We saw Kenseth and Blaney lead here late.
Stay high.
Both on that last restart.
You got room, you're clear there.
Both those drivers without wins this year. Kenseth was on the outside looking in on the cutoff line coming into this race as well, so that's a good run for him. Great run at Pocono as well as he just keeps closing in. Chase Elliott having another mediocre day. Both Pocono races, Elliott was outside the top 10 in. Not a lot of stage points either. None again today. Three to go now for Kevin Harvick. Schneider's digging. He might catch Bowman for 15th. Still probably going to need a little bit of help. Still 3 more lap cars between the 88 and the 99 as well. A lot of heavy lap traffic, though, that Bowman might catch. As far as cars in front of him go. Squeezes in turn 3 underneath Brendan Gaughan. Makes a quick pass there. 2 laps to go now for Kevin Harvick. Here at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. He's side by side with Martin Truex Jr.
Still there.
Second behind Bowman. He's about 1.2 faster at last lap. He's going to get around Truex in turn 1. Harvick just trying to get around to the white flag right now. Making his way through turn 4. Bowman's got a lap car right in front of him and now has to go to the outside into turn 3. That's costing him quite a bit of time as well. White flag in the air, 1 lap to go for Happy Harvick. Trying to win his 3rd straight Brickyard 400.
White flag, dig driver.
Caught Timmy Hill in a good spot.
Careful, still there.
Bowman not catching these lap cars in great spots down the back straightaways. He swings low now underneath Corey LaJoy. Schneider's got 2 more corners to try and get to Alex Bowman. Oh, we caught David Reagan in a bad spot in the middle of 3. Had to go to the outside. Checker flag in the air. Kevin Harvick has won his 3rd straight Brickyard 400. Schneider trying to close in line behind Bowman, just squeezes underneath Corey LaJoy. Another lap he would have gotten Bowman for 15th, but he'll have to bring it home 16th today, despite having runs of 12th place in both of the first 2 stages. We wouldn't have, I mean, we only lost 1 position. We would have finished 15th if we had pit under the caution. Likely. So, we only lost 1 position out of it, I guess, with not getting that extra caution. Just 3 cautions total per incident. 3 or less now in each of the last 2 races. Things calming down here late in the regular season. At least we didn't DNF, though, because, again, we had to narrowly miss 2 accidents. Quinn half spun on the outside of us early in the race, and then I think late stage 2 when Chastain had gone, or no, it might have been early stage 3 when Chastain went around in turn 3, and we had to jam on the brakes, go low. Then he started backing down the racetrack, then we went high and barely missed him. In the midst of smoke on top of it. 14 drivers finished on the lead lap today. There is a look at the running order. Kevin Harvick sweeps the stages, wins the race. His 4th stage, or has 4 stage wins on the year, now 3 race wins to go with it. Ryan Blaney finishes 2nd. Denny Hamlin, regular season points leader. Great run again, finishes 3rd. Kyle Busch 4th. Matt Kenseth rounds out the top 5. Joey Logano 6th. Eric Almirola 7th. William Byron 8th. Christopher Bell 9th. And Kurt Busch rounds out the top 10. We had 5 drivers DNF today. Matt DiBenedetto, Ross Chastain, we saw wrecked. Clint Boyer, Brent Half also wrecked. And Tyler Reddick all DNF'd here in this one. With this payout, not the greatest, but hey, at least we got some money. Again, these are not the accurate point standings. 39.744. Wow, Christopher Bell had the fastest lap of the race. Harvick led 123 of the 160 laps today. 1 full stages in the race. Again, absolutely dominating fashion. And he is the 3rd straight driver to win from the pole now in the last 3 races. Though 2 at Pocono, 1 at Indianapolis. Those are track position racetracks. No surprise there, but we'll see if that trend might continue going into Kentucky tomorrow. No official start time on that one. Easily over 1.8 million, so we could upgrade the engine department to a 90. That'll be huge. I just realized if we're running Kentucky tomorrow, and this is the Quaker State 400, the Atlanta race, which is the 2nd Atlanta race that's running tomorrow, which is basically taking place of Kentucky, is also the Quaker State 400. So we get to run the Quaker State 400 on the actual day of the Quaker State 400. 2-mile halves as well, just 2 different tracks, that's all. One far more entertaining than the other. We'll have an entertaining race for you guys, though. Promise. It'll be another 50% race on the season, so it'll only be 200 miles. 134 laps in that one will be the scheduled distance. We'll have 2 more races like that the rest of the season yet. So got to upgrade that engine department now to a 90. So still definitely not going to have a road course chassis before Watkins Glen. I still don't plan on buying one before the end of the season, but upgrade Speedway chassis to a 90. Well, we can't upgrade that chassis because we have to use the same chassis again at Kentucky, which means we're only going to have it maxed out at an 83 instead of a 90, 85, and 85. We got to use, I mean, this is the same chassis we used at both Pocono races, Chicagoland, and Indy. So we've already used it for 4 races consecutively, and we still got 3 more to go at Kentucky, New Hampshire, and Michigan. So yeah, we can start the work plan. All right, so that's going to do it. Like, share, subscribe for more daily NASCAR content. Thanks for everybody tuning in here tonight. And we will be back on the channel again tomorrow. Hit that bell notification button so you guys don't miss any uploads. We'll be doing a prediction episode of the NASCAR Fantasy Podcast within a couple hours of the start of tomorrow's Atlanta Cup race. And then we will also run our Quaker State 200 at the Kentucky Speedway on the NASCAR Heat 5 career mode. Thanks, everybody, for watching, and enjoy the rest of your night. Have a happy Saturday.